So finally getting a BMW E46 on the channel. It really is about time, for this is a car that I think is one of the most beautiful cars BMW has ever built, especially in coupe form. And this is a Club Sport. It belongs to Lewis at Whiteland Restorations. He bought this last year because he didn't want yet another car project. And since then has rebuilt the engine and made the front panels actually fit. So a bit more project than perhaps he was hoping, but I can see why he was won over by the car. This Club Sport is finished in Estoril blue, and I think it just looks absolutely amazing. What a pretty car. Let's take a better look at the car and then we'll go for a drive. So incredibly, the E46 was launched in 1997 with sales beginning in April the following year. The coupe coming along a little later, along with a very attractive estate and the cabriolet version as well, for those who like to worship the sun. But I just think it's absolute perfection. Chris Bangle was involved with the styling of these. He who went on to style the controversial next series of BMWs. But for me, this is just absolute peak. There's beautiful details absolutely everywhere. I think just the shape of the rear lights, just this lovely curve here, that waistline, everything's just lovely. Part of the Club Sport pack is the rear spoiler here. That was an optional part of the Club Sport. I don't think you had to have it. And you also get obviously you get frameless doors on the coupe, but you also get the old Club Sport logo here. You get these upgraded electric seats in leather. Bit of an odd choice for a sports car, but there we are. But I will just point out the wheels we think are 1 series. These are not the correct Club Sport wheels, and this is what came on the car. But yeah, as a piece of design, I think absolutely gorgeous, and a real high point for BMW in this era. It's just absolutely lovely. So there was a facelift later on, which changed the front end, slightly different lamps, but at the rear, well, the saloon changed the shape of the rear lights. The coupe didn't. These are actually aftermarket LED rear lights designed to kind of ape the facelift style, which did move to LEDs. But yeah, I just love it. It's a really practical car as well, because look at the boot space. I think that's really impressive. And there's all sorts of little cubbies. So that's where your 6 CD auto changer is. We've got tools variously in here. Let's screw my way in. There we go, the original towing eye, wheel brace, a couple of spanners and some grips, and some replacements for the locking wheel nuts. So that's your regular wheel nuts. And under here, find a way to lift it up. We have, we eventually get to that, a spare wheel, or there would be. There doesn't actually seem to be a spare wheel in this example, unless it's hiding under here. Is it hiding under there? Oh yes, there we go. There is a space saver spare hiding under that. So that's pretty decent. And yeah, I just think it's really good. Lots of space. We've got illumination both sides as well. That's quite good. The aftermarket lamps come with all this lovely connector nonsense. Obviously that's not standard. And then there you go, Whiteland Restoration. Do check them out. There is a full build series on the engine on this car. It needed substantial work. The head gasket had gone very badly indeed. We'll go and have a look at the business end, because 330 means 3 litre 6-cylinder. Yeah, your Club Sport also gets you these little extra spoilery bits, but you pull the bonnet and then the safety catch pops out here, so it's difficult to do with 2 hands, or 1 hand rather. But there we are. So we've got the Club Sport strut brace, but otherwise 3 litre 6-cylinder petrol engine. You can also get a 3 litre diesel, turbo diesel in the coupe as well. I don't think you can get those in your Club Sport trim. So yeah, mostly hidden by plastic, but we've got variable valve lift is one of the BMW traits. So yeah, I'll put the power figures here and also the torque. Yeah, so just before we head in, let's talk what the badges mean, because some of the 316s actually had a 1.8 litre engine, some of the 320s had a 2.2. So what began as indicating the engine size, 330 for 3 litres, didn't always follow through. And yeah, the novelty of frameless doors never wears off. A bit better quality than the American Ford Escort we drove recently, but yeah, sitting in here, lovely comfortable seat. And you see we've got controls both sides of the seats to tilt them, so you haven't got to go fumbling for it if you're sat in the back. We'll go and see what that's like in a minute, but let's check out up here up front. So big bold steering wheel, lovely clear precise dials. We've got lots of buttons on the steering wheel as well. We've got an upgraded, more modern head unit, which seems to fit very nicely. 5-speed gearbox in this one. I think with a facelift you could get a 6-speed gearbox. We've got a little oddment tray and 12-volt power outlet, window switches. So yeah, sadly the rears only pop out, they don't go up and down. Hazards. Oh yeah, proper indicator noise. Old school. And then a couple of cup holders hidden under the armrest here, and a bit more storage there as well. So there we are. So yeah, you kind of hunker down in here. Oh yes, and we've got the optional Harman Kardon stereo upgrade, which I think includes a sub and really nice sound. Many years ago when I worked for Kelsey Media, we had a 330Ci as a project car, and that had the Harman Kardon, and listening to pipe organ music in that, absolutely bob on. I'm not sure it's entirely what they had in mind when they designed the stereo, but it was also a really lovely car. So this is like my reintroduction to the E46. Since then it's been a long time. See what it's like in the back. So the bolsters take a right pounding as you get in, so they do start showing sign of wear. This one's done 136,000 miles and is over 20 years old, so you know, bear with it. So lift the seat. Interestingly, the seatbelt appears to get trapped. Interesting, but it doesn't slide forward because that is electric controlled. Oh, my mistake. And I'm sure people were screaming at their telly, but if you tip the seat forward and then keep pushing, it rises up, doesn't trap the seatbelt anymore, and I've got much more space to get out. Yeah, look at this. Easy peasy now. So you got up to 3 memory settings, so hopefully Lewis has programmed his in. Here we go then. And it's, oh, that's not too bad a gap, actually. Oh, get myself in. Yeah, it feels a little claustrophobic, I think because of the darker headlining, and my headroom is still a little squeezed, to be honest, but it's not bad. Does this pull down? Oh yes. Oh, there we are. Got the nice armrest, and that's looking suspiciously like it might be a ski hatch. Oh no, no, it is actually fixed in place. Weird. Well, why would you have this flap over it if it doesn't open? I don't quite understand. But yeah, it's quite comfy here actually. But I'll just pull the seat back. And yeah, there's not much room for the feet underneath the seat, so it's a little tight, but it's not bad here, and at least I do get some ventilation. Although weirdly, I note you have no control of the rear windows in the back, so maybe good for those meddling children if they keep pressing stuff all the time. So that seems a bit of an oversight, but you can't operate the windows yourself from the rear. But very pretty lights going on. That's remarkably pleasant. Something else I've just noticed, if you're a bit long of leg, you can stretch the seat and make it slightly longer. No electric adjustment on that, but still nice to have it. Glove box is a little limited, in all honesty. You can just about get a soft cloth in there, and there's your fuse board, presumably normally under a cover. So yeah, storage space a little limited. Similarly, quite slender door bins. Okay, let's fire up the beast. Now, part of the Club Sport package is they take 20 kilograms of sound deadening out, primarily around the exhaust, to try make it sound a bit more beefy. This one seems to pop and bang a little. It's actually had a replacement upgraded ECU, so I have no idea actually how much power it's putting out. But power isn't really what we're here for on Hubnut, is it? It's windscreen wipers. There we go. Washer jets are a little all over the place. Actually, there is the tiniest triangle of doom there. No dribble of disappointment, so I think we're all right. But generally, look at those wipers. They cover a huge amount of the windscreen. And I believe the windscreen is actually different on the coupe to the saloons, and therefore the wipers also different. You didn't need to know that. So 136,000 miles on the clock. Naturally, a bit of a stretch to the old seat belt, which is some way behind you. Snick it into first gear. There's quite a snickety little lever. There's a beep because we got a problem with the ABS, but that's fine. It's a dry day. We don't really need to stop. I'm sure it's fine. So yeah, very snickety gear action. That's really good. I've got the rear vent windows open just for a bit of extra noise, and also because the air conditioning is not currently functioning in this example, but then it has had the entire engine removed. So for that reason we won't be going absolutely nuts with it, because it's still very early days for this engine. I somehow suspect we won't really have to get it into the red line to be going quickly. I think it's going to be quite brisk. But the ride on the smoother roads really quite refined, but it does get a little bumpy at times. But national speed limit. Oh, holy smokes, that does haul some backside. Holy smokes. Yeah, it I'm not even trying, and that's getting down the road very, very quickly. Wow. Yeah, a bit noisy with the rear windows open. See if we can actually shut those. It'll take a very long time to actually do anything. Oh yeah, it's a bit more peaceful. Hilariously, when I take my foot off, it reckons it's doing over 50 mpg, but it goes down to below 20 very quickly. The computer reckons it's averaging 22 mpg. Not sure why Lewis has left it on the mpg setting. That sounds like a great way of depressing yourself. So the E46 was a massive success story for BMW. They sold well over 2 million units. They sold almost 500,000 just the coupes. So yeah, a massive money spinner for BMW. A vast majority would probably have been 4 cylinders, where people are buying more for the looks and the image than the actual performance. But for those who did go 6, yeah, it oh, he's locked his wheels up. His trailer brakes work. Yeah, this is a proper enthusiast choice, being the 6-cylinder, as we just drive through a 20-mile-an-hour village. But I will say this, and this may prove controversial, I far prefer these 330s to the M3. I think the M3 just looks a bit overblown, a bit comical with its big fat arches, and really very, very unnecessary power. I mean, I can't unleash the potential of this car on these roads, let alone an M3. I once had a ride in an M3 with a hubnutter in Christchurch, New Zealand, and I was left feeling this is a country where the maximum speed limit, bar one small stretch on the North Island, is 100 kilometers an hour, which you can get to in under 6 seconds, I think, in an M3. It just felt a bit unnecessary, and the ride was even harder than this is. This is firm enough for you to notice all the bumps, but it doesn't ruin your spine. Oh, that's kind of elastic power. Reminds me of the first time I drove a Jaguar XJS V12, and you just get such forward momentum without even trying. I mean, I'm still barely giving it half throttle, really. Hi, BMW friend. Later 3 Series really did lose the grace of this, didn't they? I still feel I'm not really exploiting the full potential of this car, but it makes all the right noises, and it just feels so alert. The steering is possibly a little too light, but very direct, as you can see. It's got great turning. Very much a love rekindled. I fell in love with that 330Ci. And this is all the better. I'm not sure about the rear spoiler, in all honesty. I think that's a bit fussy and unnecessary. I think the tiny little strip rear spoilers they were doing at this time on BMWs are really nice. Really tiny little thing. It just hints at power without going, look at me, look at me. There is just a little bit of wind noise as the speed builds up. Problem with frameless doors, there's always just a little bit of air movement around them, but it's just lovely, very well mannered, and just creamy smooth. Yeah, I like this a lot. I think what I also really like is this isn't a particularly big car. So you get that lovely executive feel. It feels very solid in here, very well constructed. But you haven't got to have a whopping great barge. A little bit early. We're only getting up to 4.5 revs. 4,500 revs, sorry. And now we're going up a hill, tickling the throttle in 4th, and it wants to go. Fortunately, the speed limit won't allow for any more than that, but oh, this is just lovely. Now, these cars can be problematic as they're getting older. Obviously, Lewis has discovered that head gasket issues can be a thing, but a rather bigger problem is corrosion. Especially front wings just fall apart. So that German build quality only goes so far, and I think it got worse during the production run. So an early one like this one dates from about 2002, perhaps early 2003, is probably the way to go. But yeah, this is just so nice, so pleasant. Smokes. Yeah, you don't need the revs. This is fun even running it in, and the perfect roads for running in as well, because you're on the throttle hard, you're off the throttle. That on and off the throttle is kind of what you want to get an engine bedded in all nice. Lewis has been doing 0 to 60 tests in it, so I don't think he's too precious about the running procedure, but that 0 to 60 time seems to be just under 8 seconds, which is, you know, fast enough. It's hard to find somewhere entirely flat to do a true figure around here. Yeah. Very, very nice. I'm not sure Lewis is getting this one back. Oh, yeah, that is a lot of fun to drive. It's a while since I've driven something that accelerates uphill as quickly as that does. I've driven some powerful cars recently, but they've all weighed about 2 tons, so kind of blunts the performance. But yeah, I'm filing that under a very, very nice day at work. But it's not just about going quickly, it's the way it handles, the way it feels, the solidity. There's a lot here to like. So huge thanks to Lewis for letting me drive his baby, this really pleasant E46 Coupe Club Sport. And we shall see you in a future video. Don't forget you can head to the Hubnut store to buy quality merchandise, and I shall see you in a future video. Farewell. Remember when BMW grills weren't offensive? Yeah, LED refresh rates, problematic. Yeah, they don't look like that in real life.